Okay Carl, so your Saberforge Cleric is now installed. I've installed this with a Proffie 2.2, long pins and shock NeoPixel pin set, 18650 power keeper battery, 28mm bass speaker and a custom 3D printed chassis with a 2.1mm recharge port. It's running the latest 5.9 OS, so you get all of the battle mode and lightning lockup and all sorts of stuff on it. So if you unscrew your pommel, this little grub screw is locking the chassis into place. So if you just unscrew it, your chassis will just pop out. It comes out to about there, so you've got full access to the board, recharge port and kill key. And one thing to remember is when you're putting the chassis back in, make sure that the board is lined up with the buttons. So if it spins round, which it can do, and you screw it into the board, you'll damage the board. So just make sure it's lined up, push it in, and then screw it. So line it up, and when you push it in from the side. Don't push it in by the speaker or you'll damage the cone. It goes into about there, so it goes just past the thread, and then screw it. And now it should stop it from coming out, and it hasn't. Must have hit where the battery is. Might turn slightly. There you go. And screw it in. That stops it from coming out. So it's got colour changing on here. Not every single sound font's got colour changing on, but nearly all of them have. All sound fonts have got smooth swing. It's got twist on and off activation. Really nice emitter window on this hilt. It is a really nice hilt. Double-handed hilt if you want. So you can get both your hands on there quite nicely. So it's ideal for dueling. It's got a really long blade depth, so the blade comes down to about here. So it's got like 2.5 inches, I'd say. So the top button's your power and the bottom button's auxiliary. Let's put the blade in. I'll send you the instructions on the button config so you know how to use it, because you might not be able to see what I'm doing with the buttons. So there's 2 grub screws on here. You want to use the top one right by the top of the emitter. This one's holding your PCB in for your NeoPixel. So unscrew this one. It's 2mm. So, colour changing, if you hold down the auxiliary and push the power button, and go into colour changing. And then do the same again and it'll lock that in there. Battle mode. False lightning. Blaster. False push. Music, there's music on every single one. And I tried to match the music to the sound font.
Kanduku. It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our skills with a lightsaber.
so I'll go through the sound fonts now so you can see what's on here. Like I said, don't worry about the buttons. I'll send you the instructions for that.
This party's over.
Oh, it can be turned up as well, and you can turn that up via the buttons. If you hold down the auxiliary, and then you hear that beep, the power button will turn it up, the auxiliary button will turn the volume down, and hold down the auxiliary again, and release, and then that'll lock that volume in, and it locks it in no matter whether you put the kill key in or not. It's got status, so it for the colour changing, it remembers what sound font you was on, it can save your volume, all of that will be saved. Even if you put the kill key in or charge it or anything, it will save to the settings that you want to keep it to.
We are what they grow beyond. That is the true burden of all masters.
So I put quite a few different sound fonts on here, the ones you wanted, and like Yoda one, so the music's for Yoda.
Away with the weapon! How do I get? Yes? Much trainer, you still. How do I get? Yes? No. Say help you, I will.
So that one has speaking on the clashes and the blaster. It's got a pre-on, so it speaks when it lights, and it speaks when it powers down. Not all sound fonts have got that, but this one has. I think there's a few on here, like the Dooku had a pre-on as well. So this is Vader, the Rogue One version, really cool. So the music plays at full-way sounds. And this one's not colour changing either. The problem with the reds is if you colour change the reds, it's really hard to get the nice red back in. And also that had like an orange on the power up, and then it goes to red. Nice effect.
Ben Kenobi?
So Obi-Wan.
Hello there. Hello there.
So I'll quickly go through the rest of the sound fonts so you can see what's on here now.
What is it? Father's lightsaber. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight.
So twist on.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
So the sounds you hear, that most of them are force push, which is just hold the power button in for a few seconds and release it.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Go away.
Sometimes they're sound effects, sometimes they're speaking, the force push. Depends on the font.
Final steps.
And sometimes the music. So the layer's got the layer music.
The one true Emperor.
Palpatine from the Force, Rise of Skywalker. A bit of an unstable effect to this one.
Your master, Luke Skywalker, was saved by his father. The only family you have here is me.
What could you give me?
Everything.
Highlight. Okay, now it's an unstable blade.
Rey Skywalker.
So scavenger ray. some on here from The Mandalorian as well. So this has got the music.
Show yourself, Jedi.
So the blade looks a bit blue on camera, but it is white. It has blue running through it, and it...
Show yourself, Jedi.
Are you a Jedi? I am.
So with the white blade, the blue gets reflected off the carpet. There is blue running through it, but it looks white. Mando, so I put Mando music on there. And I think this is a purple blade, but you can colour change this one. Oh no, it's yellow. So you can colour change this to whatever you want. I want purple for Mando, or pink, orange. So that's now locked in as orange. Excuse me.
Moff Gideon.
So again, it looks blue, but it is white. It's dark saber.
I would prefer to avoid any further violence and encourage a moment of consideration.
Slave 1, 2.1.
So this is Boba Fett's ship. So this has the sonic blast or something. So blaze up. Really cool effect that. So again, this is a Millennium Falcon. So this is the hyperdrive. Such an awesome sound from. So this is the Death Star blast.
Now this is pod racing.
And the last one's Anakin's pod racer.
Hello there.
Oh no, sorry. Maybe one as well on here. It says 2 AVs on here. And that's about it, mate. So yeah, any questions, feel free to ask. Hope you're happy with all the sound fonts and the way it looks. Really nice lightsaber. Cheers, buddy.